Good morning. Clearing out this energy. Hey. Good morning. Good morning. And thank you for joining. We just clearing out this energy. Clearing out this energy. Hey. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well and good energy, good spirits, okay? Attracting the life you desire because it's your birthright. We're coming through with another live message, okay? Make sure you take the message how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, if you love the video, to leave a thumbs up, hit the bell notification, and hit all so that you are notified when we go live with more messages like this one. Okay?
Good morning, Grand Rising, or whatever you choose,
All
whatever
right.
you say. How y'all feeling this morning? So we here with a morning message.
Auntie waking up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm thawing out.
It was one of the mornings I was pushing back, actually. You know, you trying to get up, everything pushing you back down.
Yeah.
But we pushed through it and we here, so we gonna
That's
get this
right.
message out, right? If you here for a reason. So, my wife, I think she got
Oh, okay.
something interesting she was reading.
I wrote this last night. After reading, I was reading, and after reading, it had my mind going, so I started writing. And I was like, think about a smartphone. It functions as a communication device, a camera, a GPS, and a computer. But when the original telephone was created, the inventor's intention was simply, communication device, right? And when the creator of the GPS invented that, it was simply to give accurate directions without the need or use of a map, right? So my point is, the smartphone, functions as all of these things. So sometimes, it's not always about creating something new, but adding to what already exists. Okay? Let that sink in. Okay? And then I had something else here. My mind was just going last night and I was getting a lot of downloads. Evil does not mind handing out earthly things to individuals in exchange for your integrity. Evil understands there is no value in material. So if evil can get get you to exchange your integrity for, earthly things, evil understands there's no value in those things, but your integrity is very valuable. I also had, look, I got a couple things here. I also had, there could be a need to do some things that you missed as a child, whether it be dancing in the rain, camping, or rolling around in the dirt. Okay? These things can really help heal the inner child. I know people say that certain things are childish, but I don't know. Being able to go out into nature in the rain, and express yourself could really set somebody free. Okay? There's also a need to maybe put yourself in the moments that hurt you as a child. Sometimes taking us back, to that place that we often try to forget, but it shows up, when it's not addressed. Sometimes sitting in that place, reflecting, allowing yourself to maybe even cry it out, forgive yourself, whatever it is, because, some things you just, you know, some things you weren't responsible for, but we are responsible for moving forward.
Mm.
So it could be necessary to sit in that space to try to heal.
Okay.
That's it. I don't want to talk about that.
So, I'll read this download. Your faith. Your faith is the strongest link to the ethereal realms, and most importantly, your strongest connection to God. Your faith, right? And it just stuck out. I really didn't have a download, but when I looked at it, it was speaking about your faith. And we live in a day where people don't, I wonder what people really believe in. Like, people don't really have a lot of faith in unseen things. When I look around, I see a lot of people that don't have faith in things that they can't see. Or I'll say I see more people putting faith in things that they can see. But with faith being your strongest link to other realms in God, it can't be what you see that you got faith in, right? Faith is greater. So in other words, maybe Spirit is saying we need to stop believing in what we see so much. And there's so much deception about what you see. Like, I really don't trust a lot of what I see anyway. I always was like that. But even more so nowadays, like, what we see is not what we should be necessarily putting our faith in. Because what we've been fed is a lot of illusions, like all around. And not to be a conspiracy theorist or nothing like that, but to really be real, what are we being fed? Everything that you see and most of what you've been fed, all of us, is an illusion. It's not something that you should put your faith in. Like, faith is for things that you can't see. No lie. Like, faith is about what you can't see with this eye. Like, that's truly what faith is made of. Actually, in the Bible it says faith is
Evidence of things.
the the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. Real talk. Like, that's so, I don't know. Grow your faith. We all should be doing that, trying to grow our faith. I'm gonna leave you with that. The spread I just pulled is the Page of Pentacles in reverse to the Four Cups in reverse to the Judgment. The Page of Pentacles in reverse is it's a mischievous card. Like, the Page of Pentacles is my Demon Seed card. Like, no, that's the Page of Wands. I'm sorry. So the Page of Pentacles would be a lack of enthusiasm. All right, is what I'm picking up. But with the Four Cups in reverse, it's somebody who they more or less unapologetic about it. Like, I don't know if this is you, but somebody, they basically in a situation where they may be being negative and they know that they being negative. With the Four Cups in reverse, like, somebody not blind to the fact that they in the Page of Pentacles. But Judgment is out here, so I feel like, if it's a person moving around like this, I'm going to just say it for what it is. If you know that you out here moving around being negative and you aware of what you're doing, you know, you're going to be beat with many stripes. Your judgment is going to be great, whoever that may be. If that's somebody in your life that you know, you might want to pull them to the side and tell them, look, you know, you moving a little recklessly, and you know you moving recklessly. Stop for something happen. Because the Page of Pentacles in reverse to the Four Cups in reverse to the Judgment is a sudden shift. And I mean, look at this card. What do you see? What do you see that Judgment being? You see that soul is leaving this body right here. Ain't the thing I want to see the first thing on Monday morning, but
Have number 3. Could be a life path number 3. We got potential and responsibility. I feel like as soon as I pulled potential, I heard what's potential without doing, right? Something like that. I feel like it's your responsibility, our responsibility, my responsibility, everyone's responsibility to, use our potential, not just have potential and just do nothing with it. It's our responsibility to use the potential that we have. It's kind of like use it or lose it, right? If you have legs and you don't walk, you won't be able to walk, okay? You'll lose the ability to walk because your legs will become weakened. So I feel like that's the same thing with our potential. We have the Empress here. The Empress has the ability to nurture, to heal, to speak a healing word, very nurturing, loving kind of energy. So I feel like this could be our responsibility to heal, to nurture, right? To choose, high vibrational words over having the best comeback, right? Because we all know we all come back kings and queens around here, right? So I don't know, but I see responsibility, I feel like right now it is our responsibility to take the higher road is what I'm hearing. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. A lot of people want us to say, like, my ancestors want me to wear them out, right? But, love actually covers a multitude of things. And it's our responsibility to show that, we are examples of what love is, right? And so I feel like it's our responsibility. There's a lot of potential in this energy, but potential is one thing. Are you gonna get to it? Are you gonna do what's necessary? Are you willing to take on this role, this responsibility? Because I'm seeing somebody like really wanting, you could have envisioned yourself at this place and now it's here and now you're responsible. So you have to step up.
I feel that though.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I can feel it.
But I think somebody you're gonna lean towards responsible. Responsible is the root word of responsibility.
You heard me.
I think there's great potential for somebody to develop into the Empress.
Yes.
But I'm gonna stick to my read over here, right? So over here I got 7 of Pentacles upright, 9 of Pentacles in reverse to the 3 of Swords. The 7 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, this is an earth sign I'm talking to. I'm more than sure I'm speaking to an earth sign right now, right? And I'm speaking because I have a masculine, feminine dynamic out here, right? Now, the masculine energy, which could be you, I feel like this is one person I'm speaking to. It's investing. 7 of Pentacles is good work, It's making good investments. It's planting seeds. See, look at this guy. Look at that. That's a good planner. But the 9 of Pentacles in reverse is showing me like a feminine dynamic, which could be the same person. I believe it is. This is where you have lack of faith, insecurities. Don't say you don't have it because we all do. Because it's just showing yours right now, right? Earth sign. And your masculine energy is your confidence. You confident and you make good moves. The 9 of Pentacles is where you begin to question yourself. Is it going to work? I haven't seen the results yet. I've been doing all of this, but I ain't seen nothing back yet. That's when you start doubting. But your 3 of Swords is in reverse, so I just feel like this is a place where a lot of us find ourselves, where you good, but you not. You good, but you not. You believe, but then you don't. You believe, but then you don't. So I feel like as you going back and forth, And I can just say, once for me too, this is us, once we balance out and we can win over this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, you see more things show up. I know for me, I did. It was certain, I used to move like this all the time. Now I don't have, and I'm not everywhere, I don't have what I necessarily want, and I'm not where I want to be at. But where I'm at is a good place because I can be content here because I know I put in work to be here. Somebody, when you unbalanced, when you know your masculine and your feminine energy, they not in alignment, like meaning like you making good moves, but then after the fact, you doubting it. You worried about whether you made the right move, you were all of that, like it's just gonna hold up what you trying. That's why I spoke about faith at the beginning. I see why. That was the footnote. I'm gonna read it again for somebody that just came. Faith. Your strongest link to the ethereal realms, and most importantly, your strongest connection to God, faith. And I'm not telling you nothing you don't know because your Three of Swords is in reverse. So that's telling me like, what I'm saying is not shocking you or nothing. Like you're a person who's very aware of what's going on with your life. Some people don't even need a reading. It's just you need to take action. Maybe.
I have the Knight of Wands, I have Soar, and I have Faith. You could be eager to explore right now. Feel, very eager to explore. Daily walks for 5 minutes could help calm down your nervous system. Okay. Practicing deep breathing and deep breaths can also help calm you down. Have faith.
I've been saying that I've been saying that since we got on here.
Yes. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. And that's because we really don't know what we are capable of, We put limits on ourselves. We put ourselves in a box, but it says soar. And I'm going to read this one. It says, you are being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one. So I feel like, having faith. You could be putting yourself in boxes, maybe because you feel like your brother couldn't do it, so you can't do it. Or, your uncle didn't do it, so you can't do it. Or your sister didn't do it, so you couldn't do it. Whatever. Stop putting yourself in boxes here. The Knight of Wands is an energy that's very enthusiastic, and it has to be able to, to feel like it's getting some kind of excitement, exploring some kind of, that energy has to be released some kind of way. That's why I said, practicing things that help you remain calm, like walking will help you burn that energy, right? But also help you to stay calm, right? Because I don't know, I just see like a very explosive kind of energy. Those kind of energies tend to make us feel worried, right? When we move fast, I know for me, I'm a Sagittarius, so this is heavy on my own energy, Knight of Wands kind of energy. I'm a Sag, I move fast, and I have to do things to balance myself out, right? So that I'm able to use my energy in a better way, if that makes sense.
Sometimes faith, I'm sitting here because, it says faith without works is dead, right? It's dead. So faith is not sitting back trying to search your mind for what you believe in.
Or worrying about.
It's doing. Faith is doing. It's an action word. Like, sometimes you find yourself doing things that God called you to do, and your heart might not be in it at the moment. But will you still do it? Because that's faith. Your mind might be 100 million miles away from what God's telling you to do. But will you still do it? Because if you still do it, that's faith. That's what faith looks like. No, faith doesn't look like you sitting back in the house like, what do I believe in? Do I believe in that? Am I? That's not faith. Faith is actually an action word. It's moving towards it. Like, in spite of what people may think, and you got to realize when you moving in the energy of faith, if everybody resonating with where you at, you're not necessarily in the right kind of faith, because your faith should actually be producing doubt in other people. Real talk, like real faith. When a person look at you and you moving in faith, the first thing they will say is, "What is they doing? What are they doing?" Right? And I don't know why we talking about faith, but faith is out here. Like, I started out with faith. She pulled the have faith card. So maybe somebody just do it, man. Do it. Be at it. Whatever it is that God gave you to do. You know what God's telling you. Five of Pentacles to the Ten of Cups. Six of Swords. This Five of Pentacles is advising you to understand. When you set apart, that's a form of isolation that protects you. So don't get to the place where you want to fit in. When you start moving in a different way, you be isolated, and it don't really feel good all the time. Sometimes you don't want to be in the Five of Pentacles. You want to have somebody to be able to have somebody to talk to. Sometimes God has you in places where you really don't even got nobody to talk to. Right? And I feel like somebody, you could feel like that. Like, you in the Five of Pentacles in the mode of isolation. But I feel like that's right where God wants you to be, because you got the Ten of Cups right after it. To the Six of Swords. It's helping you move forward. Separate and apart. Like, you can't, the Five of Pentacles to the Ten of Cups, Six of Swords is the energy of being set apart. Right? Being set apart, being loved on. Ten of Cups, ancestral love, family love, universal love, family love, right? Yeah, your family don't always gotta agree with what you're doing, but when it's real love, even the ones that don't necessarily agree with you, they'll respect you and love you, because who can't respect somebody standing up in faith? You gotta respect it. Like, when you moving according to God's plan for your life, whatever it may be, people gotta respect it. Whether they don't like it or not, they might not like none of it or whatever, but trust me, you're gonna be respected because the universe and God says so. That's the way it's gonna lay out for you. When you're moving in purpose, look at this Ten of Cups. This is a big old Ten of Cups. Universal love, family love. To the Six of Swords. Being set apart is helping you move forward. I don't know what it is that you feel like you isolated against, but whatever it is, in this energy right here, whoever you is, right? I feel like you might be in an uncomfortable space and you might feel alone, but I do feel like you're right where God wants you to be at. If it's resonating, then you know I'm talking to you.
I got the Strength card out here. Sun energy. Leo. I'm looking at this card. I don't know. Ethiopia could be significant. Okay. I'm looking at this card and I'm watching this lady, and she is like prying this lion's mouth open on the Strength card here. And, I was thinking, somebody can have a very different kind of relationship with animals. You can have like a special bond with animals or something like that. You could be a person that doesn't even own animals, but animals are attracted to you. This reminds me of the story of the little girl who was abducted in Ethiopia, and the lions surrounded her and protected her until until help came. And I feel like this could be you as well. Like, I feel like there's some kind of protection around you. I feel like this is a person, I feel like you've been going through cycle after cycle after cycle in life, but you remain standing, right? You remain strong. I mean, it doesn't always feel good, but I feel like these lessons really do, they matter because the Ace of Cups is next. And that's like, emotional fulfillment. That's like when you totally understand who you are on the inside. You're able to properly receive love because you can properly love yourself at this point when the Ace of Cups comes in, right? I don't know, you're being handed something. Now you have the hand coming out on the left side, which is the side of creativity. Okay? I feel like you could be like, learning how to maybe even romanticize your own life. You could be doing things like, buying yourself flowers. You could be doing things just, to romanticize your own life, to feel better about yourself as a person, and, treating yourself better as a person that allows you to treat other people better. We got the Emperor out here, so I don't know. There is a man out here that is a leader. Okay, when you go from the wounded warrior kind of energy, right? And you had a lot of false leaders and things like that, you can sometimes block out good people. And I don't know, for some reason, this Emperor is hanging around here. There's a good leader, a man of integrity, a man that, does care about people, humanity, who was put in some kind of a position of authority. This person is trustworthy. This could be a man watching me, or this could be a man around you. Assistance is available. That's what I just heard. I don't know. Assistance is available. He's sitting like in his chair on his throne, like, come. He looks like he has a wise word, right? I don't know. Somebody could be on like an emotional roller coaster right now, but I feel like it's tears of joy, not really pain or sadness. You could be crying because like maybe you're having some realizations about life, like, dang, I really got to let this go. And you could be crying, but it could feel good. Like you could feel released. Relief. Okay? Make a change. Yeah. That's why I said someone could be feeling very emotional because changes are coming, and they're coming in fast. Like, like the ripples in the water. There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again. I knew it. That's why I said, like, it could be painfully, it could be like tears of joy, and tears of joy and sadness. There it is. Tears of joy and sadness. Like when it's sad, but it feels good because you can finally be free of whatever.
So it's definitely a good guy out here, fire sign. She got an Emperor, I got a King of Wands. And the reason why I say this is a good guy, this reading is the King of Cups and Queen of Cups in reverse, the King of Wands to the Three of Cups. And I'm going to say it for what I see it as, right? If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. But somebody, a feminine, Queen of Cups, this King of Wands, right? Fire sign, water sign. This guy helped you get yourself together. This is a guy that's literally picking a woman up, right? I know we live in a world where it's not always the case, but this is the case right here. You have somebody who was in reverse, and then you have a King of Wands, and I know it to be so because the Three of Cups is following. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration. A lot of times the Three of Cups come out when the ancestors pleased on both ways. Like, when you being celebrated, when you find a person that can help you grow, because in the other realms, you got forces that work to put things in play for you. Especially when you meet people that help you, it's not by coincidence. It's not a coinky dinky, right? It's It's literal forces that put things in play. And when it goes through and everything, it makes everybody happy. Ancestors happy, spirit team pleased, 3 of Cups. So that's what I see. I see a King of Wands, could be an Aries, fire sign. Queen of Cups in reverse. Look at that. And I feel like this reversal that you were in Queen of Cups, let's talk about that. A lot of it has to do with self-worth. Going through life, going through things, and then getting in a position where you can't even see the divinity about yourself. Because this King of Wands is a divine masculine. So it's going to be a man that loves God if this is your situation. That's the only type of man that got the ability to come to a Queen of Cups and then turn into a 3 of Cups situation. That's a divine masculine. So it's a man that's going to come in and remind you of things you forgot about yourself. Because the Queen of Cups in reverse is about leaning out of your intuition, forgetting who you are, you know, brokenhearted even. And good men, they got that power. And don't let nobody tell you different. Because, you know, this world will teach you, it teach you the wrong things, right? A divine masculine, feminine, they have the ability to come and change the dynamic of your energy. They can do that, right? King of Wands, look.
And the lovers.
King of Wands to the lovers. I'm not lying. Listen, look at this. I'm not lying to nobody at all, right? There's a divine masculine out here and change somebody's life, right? And you need to honor that. Because a lot of times people get up and running and forget where it all started from. You got to remember that, right? Yeah, it happens a lot. Like, you know, you get in the energy of, we don't want to remember how it went. But yeah, you know, I'm going to say this this oracle, I'm going to step out. I know you are tired, but come, this is the way. Renewal, keep going, your path is revealed.
We got the Star in the middle of the deck to the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? Aquarius energy. I like this for you. You know, the Star is like, you know, after we talk about this, like, yeah, you know, I do need to have more faith, okay? I do need to be more balanced, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do need to be able to learn how to open up my lines of communication better. Something like that.
Ain't not gonna work if you don't trust somebody. I can tell you that right now. If you don't have trust, it ain't gonna work.
Never. Okay. I don't know. I see things changing. Someone pouring into self, into things. I see this. You know, you see a lot of growth on here. It's a lot of green grass. You know, a lot of blue sky. I can't show you this card. You know, in the Star card, she's naked in her most raw form. You know, and then you got the Wheel of Fortune. That's when things change for you. You know. That's when you know that strength card was there. That's when I said you stood. You stood firm, you know, through the adversity, through the challenges. You know, when you stand through those kind of things and you work through those, you know, it's only right that a Wheel of Fortune comes out. It's only right that things change, right? Because as you change, things will change for you as well. And I feel like this is the story unfolding, you know, and it happens at different times for us, but it's the same story, you know. When you tap into this energy, right, you begin to pour into self, you begin to pour into things, people, right? You begin to water and nurture things, then the wheel spins for you, right? And it's not always about money. It's unlocking your peace, you know? Because what's money without peace, you know? So, I don't know. I like this energy. Let's see. Growing, yeah. You're glowing and you're growing, okay? Literally, You know, I don't know. You can have like a new skincare routine or something like that. You could be trying something different here, but growing, doing anything requires perseverance. If you don't give up when you encounter setbacks and persist, you will get closer to the goal. Because the only way not to get closer is to stop, you know? Imagine, I always say, if you're doing a relay race, right, and you're right there with the baton, and your competitors are behind you, but you just stop. They're gonna come through and swoop through the finish line, right? So the only way to lose is if you stop. If you have, such an advantage already, over the competitors in the race. So continue to grow, you know. Like even, our words, right? Our words. Are we growing things or are we, destroying things, right? Those kind of things. Paying attention to that.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you, I'm this Uncle Hov. This is who I am when I get like this, because I just gotta say it. Like I said, Spirit put it out there for a reason. You got the High Priestess in reverse, Six of Pentacles in reverse to the Chariot. High Priestess in reverse to the Six of Pentacles in reverse is a misuse of power, period. It's somebody who has a lot of power. The High Priestess, esoteric knowledge, occultic studies, spiritual gifts you may be born with as a High Priestess type energy. But when it's in reverse and the Six of Pentacles is in reverse, you're giving your power away to the wrong thing in this energy. High Priestess in reverse, Six of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Chariot is a call or opportunity for you to balance it out. Light and dark, something that you got to bring together. Maybe integration is needed. And maybe sometimes when you are a High Priestess, you just got to realize you got enough stuff going on with you. So sometimes just finding a way to be away from people is good for you. When you a real High Priestess, because you got your issues in life that you got to deal with, right? Your negativities. Every High Priestess got them, right? I'm not talking about the image of a holy saint. I'm talking about the realness of a High Priestess energy. It's a difference. Like what you taught a mirage is I'm talking about a person where it's evident that it's power from God moving with your life, in your life. That's what a High Priestess energy is. It's not somebody who pretending to be a saint or pretending to be holy or pretending to hold a position. That's not what a High Priestess energy is. A person that's born and they naturally in tune with other realms and have power. And when you're in the Six of Pentacles in reverse, it means that either you unaware of what you're doing or you willfully doing something with your power in the wrong way. So the Chariot, I would say that's the place where you balance your energy out. I was listening to something with my wife the other night about karma. And it was very interesting. And you know what was said? When we live our life in such a way where we create karma that's coming to get us or whatever, karma is not always negative. But when you build up a negative karma, when you start living your life in a different way and you redirect your power, what happens is you clear out the karma that you built up and you give yourself space for other things to emerge. Like, in other words, if you was moving wrong or you moving wrong and you headed for destruction, redirect your energy and clear out some of that karma.
It's never too late.
It's never too late, right? You don't have to.
Some people be like, I'm doomed. I already did too much.
No, it's never that. It's never that, and that's really real. Like when you this High Priestess energy, don't never let yourself get tricked, because the High Priestess in reverse, you can be tricked into undoing your own self with your own power, simply by believing that, you destined for failure. You start directing your power towards failing. People love to sit back see, the high priestess ain't about what is people think it's about. Sometimes the high priestess is often naive, don't even realize who they are. Other people sit back and play games on the high priestess energy until you step into awareness. That's real talk. Like, people will have you out here running in circles, knowing you got power, knowing you are who you are, knowing they'll look at you and know more about you than you know about yourself. They can look at you with a spiritual eye and see exactly who you are. And some people know if you step into who you are as a high priestess, you will surpass them. So they never wanna see that happen. So they try to get you to stay in reverse with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, where you giving to the wrong thing. Balance it out.
Yes, we're married.
Yes, that's my wife. That is my wife.
That's my husband.
Dabney say she always trick him at the end.
Okay. Right track. Last one for me.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Right track. Life is like a train. It is important to find the right track. Don't blindly allow the wind, and take a moment to think about what you really want. Once you're on the right track, you will find the way forward, getting smoother and smoother. You know, that goes right with what we were saying. It's never too late to get on the right track. Okay?
All right. Goofiness. All right, y'all. It's tap out time.
Yeah. We love you guys. We elemental beings. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, the bell notification, hit all so that you're notified when we go live with more messages like this one.